What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching and subscribing and liking and all those things. I appreciate it. Feel free to comment and share. It really does help me out when it comes to YouTube-y things that I'm just learning about. So we have a Pontiac Solstice in for a couple of dents that the owner, the customer would like to get done. These solstices, how the hell do you say that? Plurals? Solstice. I don't know. These Pontiacs, they're sort of, obviously they're a unique GM product because it's not like it was a long run for these guys. These sort of like unique and tight-fitting cars, they tend to present issues when it comes to access, and also a lot of times, like with companies kind of targeting more performance, the metal materials might be a little bit different and not as forgiving or nice to work with. The Solstice kind of falls within that range of car where anytime that I fixed one, it generally isn't a good time. And that's sort of like the same thing, like when you're fixing cars like this, where they're sort of like sculpted a bit more. There tends to be less room for tools and access is a bit weird. Those kind of coupes and convertibles like this. So the customer noticed or had it made a dent, and that's bothering him, and he'd like to get it fixed. And he did point out another one. There's one right here on the hump, the headrest hump thing. And there is one that's not so fun also right there. Actually, looks like there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 right there, which would probably be hard for you guys to see without a light. Top of the door, not fun. And I just noticed this guy. I don't have a battery on right now, but there's a horizontal, I'll move the camera around, but you can see like a crease going right there. I'll have to contact the customer to see how much more he wants to do. But this one, these 1, 2, 3, he wants done for sure. So that's what we're gonna do. You can see that not, sharp little dent. They're all sharp little dents. And they're not particularly deep, but sharp in the center for the size of the dent. And that's where it becomes an issue. So like you saw in the other video where I did that Dodge box side, that was a big, deep dent, but it was also spread out over probably like 18 inches of metal, And so you have a little bit more room for metal to move and paint to move and travel. Here, when it's so concentrated into one spot, that is generally not so fun. So it becomes a challenge for the center of the dent to come up nicely, and for the paint to come up nicely. I'm not saying that it can't, I'm just saying it presents more of a challenge. Also, the body line, there's a little bit of a nick right there. So we got the trusty heat gun on the custom, electrical tape rig. So we're going to keep this nice and warm. It'll help with moving the metal, and then it'll help keep the paint happy. Let it move and and stuff. So that's already going to present enough of a challenge. The other dents we'll have to see about and see what access is like, contact the customer, see how much they want to do. So yeah, anyway, we'll get at it. I think I'm gonna try putting you guys on my forehead, right there. See how that turns out. It might bother me and it might make you sick. So it sounds like a good time. Now, what do you see here? I might try and put a tip on. I don't want to lose it in there though. So, PDR hack number 56 or whatever, or actually it's probably like 1006. When I have different tips and different tools, sometimes they are not meant for each other and they'll slip on and off. And also to make the tip last longer, I have to put a little bit of hot glue either inside the tip or on top of the tip of the tool. And it also keeps the tip glued to the tool so that when you're going into like tight spaces, you don't want to lose it because it's annoying to lose. And then sometimes, depending where you lose it, you know, the customer might be like, hey, why is my card making this sound like something's loose in there? That usually happens like when we're fixing trunks and stuff, and every time they go to close the trunk, the tip will rattle around. So we'll let that set just a little bit. If not, if this is too big, then I'll go to, oh, come on, man, the smaller guy. But more tip, if you can fit it, is not a bad thing. Oh, we can get this. We'll let this go. We'll readjust our heat gun. And let's see if we can make a dent in this dent. Oops, wrong hole. Wrong hole. There's so many euphemisms. It's not even funny. Okay, let's just move some metal. So the one thing, there's different theories and practices on how to start a dent, and you know, I've always just gone for the lowest spot first, no matter the shape. And there's different practices for different dents in order to make them move better for creases and oddly shaped dents or whatever. Get that out of the way. So you can see we're starting to make some progress there. Lock stuff back down. Sometimes I'll leave stuff up high and just keep on attacking the next lowest spot. But in areas where there's a little bit of a sharp like crease, or you know, it's good to knock stuff down so that you can, especially if you're not getting it totally clean right off the bat, knock stuff back down so you can get your vision back to the center of that spot that you need to fix. And one thing especially that I find a lot of like beginners, what they forget to do is they forget to like look around. Like that light will give you different perspectives of that dent, right? So if you look dead on, right, so you can use the different beams to get different angles. So you know, it's that's what we do. Okay, back to the noise. Okay. So, what do I want to use? I think this might be a little too bulky, but let's try this guy. Oh, yeah. All right. So no rubber tip. I'm just going carefully with no protection. All right, making some progress. Just gotta verify that you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna leave this high for now. We're gonna try to get at that guy. That one, I think we'll try a slimmer tool. Maybe if we try going through here. I think that will do it. Yeah, that should get it. It's just gotta give it a little bend. These blim tools don't really bend a whole lot, which is why I like them. And they're actually quite affordable. So I've used them for 15 years, I'd say. But oh, just attack areas that look low, and you can tell what's low by, I guess this goes without saying, but you can see where the light bends, right? That's your reference. So we're just so the center of this guy right there is so right there. We're gonna need to do a little more work to get the center of that guy out. But that's not a big deal, and I think we'll probably still have to concentrate a little bit of work on this this body line and get it as smooth and as flat as possible. Potentially got to do a little sand and polish there, but we will see. In the meantime, let's just knock this down. While editing these videos, what I've noticed is I'm a noisy breather. And man, if you want to know yourself, watch yourself and edit yourself on camera. Wow. That's the recipe to hate yourself, let me tell you. So if we put the light farther back here, you can see there's a little bit of a low right there. It's very, very minor. And then let's see here. Put the light even farther back. Let's do that. Now, let's see if you guys can see. So, it's really weird to do. Yeah. So, I mean, it's already looking much better on camera, but I don't know if we can zoom in so you can see where there's a little bit of imperfection still that we gotta tackle before I get into this next part. On the sides of this dent, you can see a little bit of built up metal. So remember in the other video I was saying when there's an impact, there's energy that goes in and out, and it creates like this wave, and then metal usually gets sort of lifted and gets, so it's a little bit higher than the rest of the dent, or what would be flat, let's say. So that's when we employ a practice called blending. So we just knock areas down. This metal is very touchy. So we're just, it doesn't look great, but we are lowering the metal around the dent, and we can pick that up with the tool, but we just want to get rid of the high stuff so that we can start making everything look level and flat. This hammer. This is good, okay. So when doing that, you know, you might make, like, there's little tiny scuffs. It's pretty superficial. We'll be able to clean that out, no problem. Alright, so now that we got it there, I'm going to go back to the heat gun just for this tiny little spot right there. So put it on high for a second.
And we'll go back to this tool. And see if we can improve the center of this right there. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. It's hard to tell when the camera's on your forehead.
Okay, we'll go back to a little bit of heat. Keep the dent happy, or the paint, I should say, happy. Ow, it's hot. So like they say with project cars, you know, the last 10% of the project car of the build, the last 10% is 90% of the work. Or that saying sort of goes in line with PDR. A lot of what makes, like you saw how fast the dent came up, but obviously it doesn't look good, but it's no longer, you know, dented. I see a lot of bad PDR out there, and it's guys not honing their skills for the last 10% of the work they got to do, because the fast progress they have for the first 90%, but the last 10%, it's actually where all the time is to make it look good, to try to, you know, pick out all the little things, and so it's all about, you know, honing your craft, taking time, learning, being patient is the big thing. And I'm not a patient guy. For those who know me, probably wonder how I'm able to do this job, and you'd be right. I don't understand why, because I'm not exactly the most patient guy in the world, but I don't know, I can be calm when doing dents. It can be therapeutic. It can also be very stressful and make you just want to put a bomb under the car and just let it go. Especially when you're talking like hail damaged cars that are like severely damaged, and you got to spend days, you know, removing dents, thousands of dents from a car. That'll test your patience and your sanity and your happiness, all those things. And it's all your mindset of how to deal with those jobs. And once you get you know, your mind past the level of damage that you got to repair, and just break it up into little bits, you know, just like life's problems. Just tackle one part at a time, keep a steady pace, and you'll be fine. There you go. Philosophical advice for the day. Check. Perseverance. Okay, last one. Perseverance. There you go. You need perseverance. Don't give up. And now that's almost too much advice for one day. Let's keep on tackling these spots. Yeah, I think we're gonna need more heat. This metal doesn't want to flex, and the paint flexibility goes along with the metal flexibility, more or less. So we gotta put some more heat there, get her warmed up, and tackle that area a little bit more, tackle that area a little bit more, continue to pick up all the little tiny low stuff. And yeah, we're definitely gonna have to give it a little sand and polish, but that's life. I mean, it was a sharp dent, so same thing for this one. Oh man, I wonder how am I gonna get to that one. That one's not gonna be any fun, let me tell you. I'll tell you what, that is not gonna be good. All right, I might have to slide something in there. Always got to be one little pain in the ass. Alright, now we got some heat going. try to tackle these little spots. What we're doing, I don't know, like I really can't tell if it's picking up on camera, so we'll have to see in the edit when I edit this. But we're talking like really, really fine detail, small stuff that we're doing. And even if like the repair is coming up rough, like it's a little chewy there because that's where it was really sharp, that was the center. If you can do a good job, because the paint goes through quite a bit, right? So if you can do a good job of cleaning up the little tiny things and make it uniform and smooth, even with it looking chewy, like you could still do it. And you have no choice but to sand it to clean up that paint, because that paint's been through quite a bit of stuff. But the work that you do cleaning up those little spots will be relevant or evident when you sand. Because if you don't do a good job of picking up the little spots that are still low, when you sand, you will see the little areas that you didn't touch. So alright. Let's keep on tackling stuff there. My left wrist is getting a little tired. It's not my dominant hand, so yeah, let's just pick up a little bit more on these edges. Whoop. There's a little too much there. All right. See how she's looking. Ooh, that was hot. It was an errant push right there. I hope I have enough battery power on the GoPro for this. Okay. So what we'll do now is get a little bit of sandpaper and let's see here. We'll clean the spot. Let that cool down too. Alright, let's see. Yeah, cool it down quite a bit. So I have a little tiny sanding block that I would normally use. This is 2000. I just want to hit that crucial spot there with a little more aggressive, and then if it needs anything more, then we'll use this guy. So let's go hit the spot that is a little. I know people like, you wouldn't believe how resilient paint can be. So when I say paint, like, I mean clear and all that. All right. I gave the GoPro a little charge. One thing I did while camera was off was I saw some, I think this is either 2000 or 2500. So I did just a little that concentrated area, and then I blended the sand out with the sanding out with this guy. And I just kind of cleaned up the little edges of the paper that were going, just to make it a little bit smoother when you make the polish. So put some goop on there. I need a new buffing pad. Now, see how much cleaner that looks? Now you can actually, with the roughness of the paint and what the paint went through, with that out of the way, you can see what's left to push up and what needs a little bit more work. But we did the majority of the work to try to make it all uniform in the beginning. So we'll just clean this up a little bit here. So get the residue off. So looks like this spot needs just a little bit of work, and then we'll have to concentrate some more on that body line. Alrighty. Now it's not bad. I'll put the light farther back for more. This old light. She's been with me for a long time. She's making the same noises I make when I get out of bed. Okay. So even farther back, let's go more in. Alright, she's looking pretty good. Some small adjustments. And then this dent is done. And then I will sign off because I need to get to work on the other stuff. And filming just slows me down just enough. And I want to weld the resonator on today, so I want to get this done and send this car out. Alright, so that's where it was. She's looking pretty good. Alright guys, we're going to call it there. Thanks for joining me today. I got more to do on this car, but that dent is was in that area there, so she's good to go. She's off to the races on that one, and I will tackle the other ones off camera because I need to get to work because I got to get paid and need to do some stuff on my own car. And no offense, but you guys are in the way. So it is what it is. But thanks for joining me today. Hopefully that was, you found that interesting. You get maybe a better understanding of what we're doing when we're doing PDR. Thanks for watching, and you guys have yourselves a good morning, night, afternoon, weekend, Friday, midweek, whenever you watch it. All right, take it easy.